Sudeep Bandyopadhyay is now joining us live. Sudeep, good afternoon. After a 700-800 point rally, this correction should be taken as healthy, or again you believe that this correction could deepen much more now that we have seen a decent rally coming in.
Well, Pankaj, I think some kind of correction was expected in the market. Remember, global markets also today are soft. The Asian markets have been soft. European markets have opened soft. Also, remember, we are heading towards a year end, as well as the FNO closure last Thursday is on 31st. So there will be nervousness in the market. There will be a little bit of volatility in the market. And global markets being soft provides the cue for Indian markets to also behave in a similar fashion. And some amount of profit taking, as you rightly said, also is there. So I think it's a combination of all this. I don't think it's time to get too worried yet. This correction was due, and I think correction is what we are seeing. We have to watch the market. We have to remain stock specific, but I don't think there is still a need for panic.
Right. The first sort of such correction will always be sharp because people were very, very negative. And when you see such correction coming in, the shorting activity increases in the market. So first correction will be sharp, but it should be bought into soon.
That's what I believe. I think fundamentally things are good. And remember, there is a significant factor, which is the interest rate cut. I think the market did rally quite a bit based on that expectation, and that expectation continues to remain with the kind of the numbers we have seen from the on the inflation, the reduction of on the savings product of Government of India. I think the environment is congenial for RBI to come and announce a rate cut. If there is a 50 basis point rate cut, we expect market to rally once again. I won't be surprised if there is a rally, in the market once the RBI rate cut happens. Now, the rate cut is somewhere going to happen in the first week of April. Till that time, market will be living with that expectation, and market will, by and large, have a positive bias, barring these days like what today we see, a day of correction, a day of consolidation.
Right. Ahead of such an important meet, we are seeing a correction. One would say post that we'll get the earnings season coming in. Again, expectations are not that great from earnings season as well. Do you think that a correction before that could be healthy? Market estimates or what markets are pricing in may become more realistic?
Well, I think, today's correction, I won't put it to the correction which is factoring in or not factoring in. I think it's a sentimental issue. Global markets have been down. I think that's what is getting reflected in Indian markets. Also, some amount of profit taking is happening post the rally over the last 5-7 days. So this is on the expected lines. A bit of consolidation after a prolonged rally is expected, and that's exactly what is happening. We'll have to see where the market settles in next couple of days. Thursday is a very important day, year-end as well as FNO closure. So we'll have to see what kind of open positions do carry it forward. So I think we'll be in a better position to comment on the expectations on rate cut and things like that on 31st, end of 31st March on Thursday evening. The rate cut, if at all it comes, and whatever quantum it comes, it will happen in the first week of April, and that is an eagerly awaited event. You are absolutely right to say that corporate results are not going to be great, and nobody expects it to be great either. So I think that is pretty much factored in. Market is expecting not great work there, but rate cut definitely market expects, and a 50 basis point rate cut to an extent is factored in. But as and when the actual event happens, and if there is a 50 basis point rate cut, we believe the market will rally. The market, I won't be surprised if market touches 7,700 Nifty levels when the rate cut happens and if the rate cut happens.
Right. But, a 25 basis point is largely priced in.
Well, I think, somewhere we are getting the feeling that up to expectation is building for a 50 basis point. 25 definitely is factored in. And in some quarters, I would say even 50 basis point is getting factored in.
Right. As far as corporate earnings are concerned, that will be the key important number because of which the flows would tend to continue, or we would see, flows coming in even at higher levels.
You're right, but I will only mention here that nobody is expecting great corporate earnings this time. So I don't think the market mood will change drastically one way or the other based on corporate earnings. But if there is a rate cut, if we have a good prediction on the monsoon by IMD, which is expected to come by around mid-April, if that does happen, I think markets will draw a lot of liquidity. Markets will continue to rally. Yes, corporate results will be important and stock-specific movements will be seen based on corporate results, but nothing beyond that. The overall liquidity, overall market direction will remain positive if there is an interest rate cut and if the monsoon prediction is good.
Right. The monsoon prediction will also be quite important because, 2-3 years of bad monsoon, how it will impact the earnings, how it will impact the availability of water is something that nobody knows.
You're absolutely right. In fact, that's exactly what I've been mentioning, that monsoon prediction is going to be very important for Indian markets and Indian economy. You're right that last 2 years we had not, erratic monsoon. The monsoon wasn't good, wasn't up to the mark. So, people are expecting that this year, I think we will have a good monsoon. Let's see what the IMD says. If the monsoon is good, I think we should be on the right track. We should be on the track for an upward movement in the market.
Right. As far as the mid-cap side of the market is concerned, there you believe earnings would tend to continue. Their earnings have been good, at least in the select pockets in the mid-cap side. Earnings have looked good, and they're also not much dependent on the GDP growth rate or global markets to grow, so that their earnings can grow leap and bounces.
You're absolutely right, Pankaj. I think the trick in the mid-cap space and even large-cap now in this market, and I think for the entire 2016, is going to be stock-specific. You cannot generalize. You can't do a top-down approach. It has to be a bottom-up. You have to pick up the right stock and invest in that stock. You're right that there are multiple companies, both in large-cap and mid-cap universe, which are quite kind of insulated from the happenings in the Indian economy, as well as problems in the parts of the global economy. You have to pick up those stocks where the growth story is intact, and I think investors should be happy if they are doing that.
Sudeep, what do you do with metal names? There was a hint of relief or something to look forward to when they recovered, but again, Vedanta, Tata Steel down 8-10% each.
Look, Pankaj, fundamentally nothing has changed. The global demand for metal continues to remain weak, and we firmly believe that till the time demand picks up, decisively in China, the fundamentals of the metals industry and the metal economy in the world hasn't changed. India did impose a lot of restrictions, a lot of duties, a lot of structures for import of steel and other metals, and that is expected to help the domestic manufacturers in the short term. But having said that, I think these artificial barriers can only take you so much. It cannot take you further than that. So fundamentally, we believe that it's a sector which you should avoid, and we have not been recommending investors to buy into the metal sector. Tata Steel continues to be an efficient producer as far as domestic markets are concerned, but globally they have a lot of issues which they need to resolve. You can take and talk about all these individual companies, and they have their own rationale and reason for their price movement. But fundamentally, nothing has changed. We continue to remain, very cautious on the metals.
Right. How would you look at the PSU banking space? There was a, hint of sort of positive, positive sort of trend that was going on over there. You think again a lot needs to change in terms of fundamentals before we see any buying over there, or one should go ahead and take meaningful exposure?
No, I don't think one should take meaningful exposure. You are absolutely right. There are lots of things happening there, but one needs to wait and watch and see where things settle down. Economy is still to recover decisively. Till the time economy recovers, the issue of NPA is behind us. There are different buckets. Restructured assets are one bucket which one is not looking at right now. The NPAs are being provided for, but the restructured asset bucket can also come back and bite these banks as far as asset quality is concerned. So I will be extremely cautious. In the short term, I think people can take a view based on RBI's interest rate policy. If there is a rate cut coming and you want to take an opportunistic position before the rate cut happens and want to exit around that time or after the time, that's a pure play, short-term, temporary call. But fundamentally, as far as PSU banks, nothing has changed. I won't recommend taking any position.
You know, PSU banks, maybe these metal names are all just tactical sort of play. You don't think that one should get into these names for, you know, very, very long term?
Absolutely correct. That's exactly what I'm saying. These are tactical plays. You know, some import duty comes, you want to play in those metals. Please play and make money, but remain very, very short. Short focus. Enter and exit. Same for PSU banks. With the interest rate expected to come down, you can play in the counter. But long-term fundamentals haven't changed either for PSU banks or for metals.
Right. As far as names that one would want to own. I remember chatting to you about Power Grid, NTPC, something like a Kotak Bank or any major private sector banks. You think a correction over there would be an buying opportunity? Because that's the space that doesn't tend to see correction when markets fall like this.
I tend to agree with you. Of course, for an investor, correction is a good opportunity to buy, and good names can be bought at corrections. And remember that you have as an investor, you should have a 1 year plus time horizon, so you can get into these counters you mentioned. I will like to highlight particularly the housing finance sector. There are interesting opportunities, whether it's a Refco Home Finance, whether it's a Canfin Homes, even Gru Finance. All these are good names. Some of the other NBFCs in the financial services space are also worth looking at. So any correction, I think it's an opportunity to buy these stocks for a long-term investor.
Right. How would you, look at, say, in the housing finance companies, there are very large cap companies like HDFC, and there are companies which have very smaller ticket size, something like a Gru Finance or some of the other names. Where would you want to be, or the entire sector itself is in a sweet spot?
Well, the entire sector is good, but looking at the valuations, looking at the potential, I would probably get to the smaller companies. I think there are still opportunities in the smaller companies, but one has to be mindful of the PE multiples at which one is buying at. Refco Home Finance, I think, is a good buy at current levels. One can look at Canfin Homes as well. I think these are two home finance companies we are looking at. On the NBFC side, as I mentioned, Capital First is a good buy. You can look at the gold loan companies as well, Manappuram or a Muthoot. I think these are good buys at current levels.
Right. As far as some of the other names are concerned, something like a L&T which you would want to own, but macros have not picked up. Should one use the correction to buy into names like L&T, maybe a Maruti where growth visibility is there, but yen may play a spoil sport, and then the price has reacted. So something like that, which has traditionally done very well, and now we have either seen a major correction over there, or we have seen it hovering around the 52-week lows.
Couple of things I'd like to mention. I think let's look at L&T. I think it's a great story, great stock. Unfortunately, price hasn't moved. Yes, every correction will be an opportunity for a long-term investor to buy. Remember, you have to have 1 year plus time horizon. You will make money if you're buying L&T. The entire India growth story, the focus of the government on construction, infrastructure, housing, all this is going to benefit L&T. Also, the entire defense make in India, the bet which the government has taken. One of the companies which will definitely benefit in a big way is going to be Larsen & Toubro. So for an investor, I think it's a good buy. Remember, you have to be patient here. It's not that you will get appreciation overnight or things like that. But if you have 1 year plus time horizon, do buy. You mentioned Maruti. We like the stock, and I think it's a great story in the making. If you have noticed the market share gain which Maruti is achieving over the last few quarters and few months, it's quite amazing and quite commendable. With the new launches, I think the market share has crossed about 50% in India, which is a significant landmark. I don't think it has been highlighted to a great extent, but the kind of hold they're having on Indian automobile industry is quite amazing. Remember, rural demand hasn't yet picked up the way the company would have wanted or everybody else would have wanted. The moment rural demand picks up, I think the Maruti story will go to a different level. And at that point of time, probably the stock will be in for a re-rating. So yes, yen can play a spoil sport. That's beyond everybody's control. But overall, I think we like the Maruti story. For a long-term investor, I think Maruti should be in their portfolio.
Right. Sudeep, at the start of the conversation, you told us that the key important thing would be RBI cutting rates. 50 basis point, markets would be happy?
I think so. Markets will be very happy. As you pointed out, 25 is kind of factored in. We believe a lot of quarters are talking about 50 basis point as well. But actual 50 basis point rate cut, markets will be happy. And I think there will be a positive momentum back in the market.
Right. Sudeep, thank you so much for taking out time for us. Always a pleasure.